Hey everybody. Hopefully you don't need this. Hopefully I was able to show you this, but if you want to watch this video, I should go through this lab pretty quick, and this is pivots in general as well. So pivot is a way to do a lab. So in this case, a pendulum lab. We're going to release a pendulum, and it's going to swing back and forth. It actually goes in slow-mo, so it's easy to see it, but you can do it fully online. You change everything you need to change down at the bottom, and you use some tools here for this lab up at the top. So first off, I'm just going to hit play. And so the play is right down here on the bottom. If I hit play, it goes, plays along. When the finger goes up, boom, it releases the ball. And I'm not going to show it all, but the ball swings back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. There's one swing, so that's one period. Over and back would be 2 periods. It shows you a full 3 periods there. So I'm going to pull it back to where the finger just left. So for this particular lab, you're going to see how one of 3 things affects that time or period to swing back and forth. So the 3 things are length, you might be doing length, release angle, you might be changing the release angle, or mass, you might be changing the mass. And you change those things at the bottom. Now, it doesn't tell you what they are. If I click change, I have lengths 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 11 different lengths. Those aren't the value. Those are just numbers to tell you which ones are which. Same thing with release angle. I have A through X. So I have lots of release angles that I can use. And then I've got a whole bunch of masses I can use too if I click on mass. Looks like I've got about 5 different masses I could use on the pendulum as well. To use one of those, I'll hit load. I'll show you that in just a second. Back to the lab though, cancel there. You need to be able to measure those things. So if you're measuring the length of the pendulum, well, then you want to turn on the ruler so that you can see how long the string is. In this case, it looks like about 39. You can even bring it down to the bottom and see that it's right at 40. So right at 40 there. So I know that's 40. And so down in my data section, if I'm doing length, I'll make it length. I'll make it units of, I don't know, we'll call it centimeters maybe. Centimeters, and the variable will be capital L. And then I can fill in the data table for 40. And then I can figure out my period, units of seconds, and a variable, capital T is for period. And then I need to time it. So how do I time it? Well, back it up to the very beginning, and then I hit the timer button. Now, the timer started running as soon as you push play. So if you want to get it, you get it right there when the finger's about to let go. Oh, you just let go of the finger. I reset the timer. So now I want to time the time it takes for the ball to swing over and back. So I push play, I let it swing. Pause. And it looks like 1.1958. So I'm going to round that to 1.195. Actually it's 6.586. All right. And so there's my first data point. To get a new data point, I need to change something. Now, I'm not changing mass, I'm changing length in this case. So I'll go to length 1. I need to stick it on these other 2, so I'll keep those on there. I'll load that up. It'll load the new setup. Looks like my new length is 20. Yeah, looks like my length is 20. So I'll come down here, I'll put in a 20, and then I can do it. It doesn't have to be in order. I just need to figure out the length, and then put the data, and then I'll push play, pause, because that's when they let go, so it begins to fall. I hit reset, and then we will time how long it takes to go, over and back, 0.89. And so my period for 20 would be 0.89. That's it. Go ahead, get 5 data points for length. Maybe you're not changing length. Maybe you're changing different release angles. If that's the case, make sure you use the the angle there, or maybe you're changing different masses. So if I change different length, can load that one up. It didn't pull it up just a little bit. Maybe it goes up to 15. So low release angles, big release angles, different release angles there. All right, so whichever one you're working on, make sure you change only that variable, leaving the other two, and get the data for 5 sections. You don't have to use the data section. You can just put it in the Google Doc and submit that. All right, hopefully this was helpful, and I'll see you in class.